Bring him up, y'all. Henry Brim is in the building. Come on.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but they're trying to blind a man up here with all these lights up here, you know? All these lights. I've been writing this letter for 30 years. It's been a long time writing this letter. But one question kept coming up. Do y'all know who I am? Yeah. 30 years ago, I'd have probably told you I was the ish. But inside, I just wanted to be normal. Every time I turned around, my blindness came up. Blind this, blind that. But everybody was talking about the Million Man March in 1995. And I wanted to be a part of that. Be a part of history. And a day out of school? Shit, sign me up. Because being a part of that march, I knew that I would blend in. My blindness wouldn't stand out. Because all my life, even when I thought I was safe going to church, my blindness came up. They had me singing Amazing Grace, and the part I hated the most was I was blind, but now I see. See what? See the faces of kids laughing at me, calling me monster eyes, running around, laughing at me when I took my glasses off. See that? See people laughing at me when I trip over a curb or run into a pole because I thought it was too cool to use my cane. See that? But I always loved when folks would come up to me and be like, how many fingers I got up? And I'll look at them and I'll say 2. See, I told you, man, he can see. I told you he can see. All my life I've been hearing this. But the one question I always dreaded to hear was, were you born like that? Like what? Blind. Just say it. Blind? But this is a safe place, right? I think I'm in a safe place. Can I share? Yes. When I was born, my mother Jackie, she couldn't hear. But I could see. I could see up until the age of 3. And she was the first one I really truly noticed that I was losing my sight, because she could read my lips, but I could no longer see her hands. So they took me to doctor visit after doctor visit, surgeries after surgeries. And by the age of 5, I had 10 surgeries. I knew the hallways of hospitals better than I knew how to have fun on a playground. But my dad, y'all, he knew how to take the edge off of the seriousness in life. He always kept you laughing. And my father would take me everywhere with him. And he would always call out the names of the streets. And I knew Baltimore City streets better than a sighted person that could drive. So even though he couldn't teach me how to drive, even though he couldn't show me how to play football, we bonded in that way. I knew that Charles Street separated east from the west. I knew that Baltimore Street separated the north from the south. I was so good, by the age of 7, I was able to help him map his routes for his delivery stops. That's how good God is, y'all. But one day, this brother, man, my father, he still didn't get it. After tripping over steps, busting my head, running into poles, we go to the airport one time, y'all, and we standing there and the planes are taking off, but I'm looking at the sound of the plane, not the plane itself. And he gonna look at me and say, boy, you mean to tell me you can't see that big ass plane? I look at him like, no. But the pain in his voice and the disappointment in his voice didn't shatter the pain that I felt the night that my mother Jackie came to our house. It was late night, and she was standing on one side of the screen door, and my sister and I were standing on the other side of the screen door, and she was crying and talking to us. Even though she couldn't hear, there was some time where she could speak very clearly, and she would always tell us, I love you, all the time. So this one particular night, while she was standing on the outside of the screen door and we was on the other side of the screen door, and she was telling us that I love you, I could not see her hands. But she couldn't read my lips either because we was too busy crying. And all I knew was my mom loved us, but I rarely ever saw her. They didn't tell us that she was addicted to drugs and alcohol. But for me, I thought that my mother didn't want to be in my life because I couldn't see her hands. That's what I felt for years. So when I got to City College High School, City forever, man. When I got to City College High School and I entered into the cafeteria and I did the girls was like, oh shit. It was like, you know how to beatbox? This blind boy know how to beatbox? I was like, yo, let's make this a little bit more fun. Let's take it to the Caribbeans. But the best thing is, we're in Baltimore. Where my east side at? Where my west side at? Brown. When I hit him with this, that shut the cafeteria down. I went from being the blind boy to the cool ass blind boy. You understand? Yes. I finally made it to the normal status. You know what I mean? I was normal. So it was 95, and I'm running down the hallways like I do, without the cane, or maybe just on my side like this. And I'm running down the steps. I'm balling down the steps like I do. And I bump into this guy. He was like, whoa, slow down. I'm like, who are you? He said, I'm Mr. Shields. You know how smooth he is. I'm Mr. Shields. I said, oh, you're the new young teacher that everybody been talking about. Yeah, you know how it is, Slim Brim. He always called me Slim Brim from that day forth. And so I joined the emoji group that he had started, African Study Group, and that was amazing. And then he told us about going to the Million Man March. And I was like, sign me up. Again, a day out of school? Yeah, sign me up. Right? So, the weekend of the march, y'all, his mom coming from Chicago, his homeboys flying from Chicago, and his mom made these biscuits. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me tell you about these biscuits. They was the hottest, the most buttery biscuits I've ever had. You talking about flavorful? They were the bomb. Even a blind man like myself saw that they was golden brown. You know what I mean? They were delicious. They were delicious. They got all that stuff up on this stage trying to mess me up. Even my blindness today is being hindered. But you know what? We love life. But when we got on that train, it was so much love on that train. And something about my dad that we always did was our little bonding moment when we used to go to the wrestling matches down at the Civic Center. He would tell me to swing the cane, and it was a funny thing to see the white kids jumping all out the way. I'm just swinging my cane, and they just jumping. They just, man, they don't know which way to go. He's like, swing that cane, boy, swing that cane, swing that cane. And I'm just swinging that cane, I'm just swinging it, I'm swinging it, going higher, lower, just swinging it. It was the most control I ever had over white people in my life. To see them jumping from side to side. But the day of the march, when we got off the train, I did not have to use my cane to part the Red Sea or to part the men, because we were all there for one purpose. And that was to unify and to show the world that black men can stand together and that we can have unity, that we can have peace. And that's what it was. And when we spoke, the voice was like thunder rolling across that mall. The energy was so electric. And when it got quiet, the silence was loud. I can hear the planes flying over like I could when I was with my father at the airport. But I didn't have to look at the planes this time, Dad. all I had to look was around me to my left and to my right and feel the energy from my black men that day. And when they told us to say our names and I said Henry Brim, it was so quiet compared to all the voices that was going at the same time. And when we got back home in Baltimore, I was like, you should have been there, you should have been there. I felt like Oprah saying, you get a car, you get a car, you know. That's how it was. But all of that energy and all of that light went out for me February the 11th, 1996, when my father passed away. My rock, the guy that showed me how to be independent, showed me how to laugh at my blindness, was gone. And I had to ask God, why did you take my father at the age of 17? You took my mother when I was 11, when she OD'd. You took my sight at the age of 3. Why? He didn't address my parents, but he did address my blind situation. And he showed me that my blindness was not a mistake. My blindness is a miracle. My blindness helped me to stand out because I am outstanding. You understand? He also showed me that my blindness wasn't a disability. It was the ability to see the world differently. And in that pain, I was reminded that black people, we have been in darkness for centuries. My darkness has only been for 41, 46 or more years. Y'all not a miracle. I mean, y'all are a miracle as well. You're not a mistake. Black people, you are outstanding. Black people, you do have a gift to share to the world. And we cannot keep rejecting how God created us because God don't make no mistakes. God don't make no mistakes. And that same light that was shined on us in 1995, October 16th at the Million Man March, that light was shined on me July 27th, 1999, when I held my son for the first time. Now I'm going to share with you, over those 30 years, I have 4 beautiful children. I've achieved a master's degree. I purchased a home because that was the call from the minister. I'm married to my beautiful wife, who is my best friend. I'm loving life to the fullest. But these are all the things that I have and the things that I'm blessed with. But that's not who I am. I went from being a blind boy to a man of God. And now I can sit here and tell you right now, I was blind, but now I see that I am authentic Henry, returning back to himself because God is good. Long live the spirit of the Million Man March.